What's going on? It's Adam here, and today we're going to be talking about Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion relief plan and what it'll do for your family and how it can impact the economy.
Come on. So don't worry about it. Come on.
But before we do, this video is presented by dreamfactoryco.com. If you are a service-based entrepreneur looking for a marketing team to build your funnels and run your ads, head over to dreamfactoryco.com, schedule a free demo so that they could be able to map out a blueprint and help you grow and scale online. So with that being said, what is this $1.9 trillion bill all about? Well, with this bill, this actually puts us at $5 trillion borrowed, and this is going to impact the economy in a great way. And I'm going to share how it's going to help your family right now in the immediate, but I do want to touch on how this is going to impact the economy, because ultimately what all this printed money does is it creates more circulation, and the more transactions that happen without an increase in goods and services, this is what creates inflation, because then that begins to raise prices because there's more discretionary income, there's more money flowing around, which means that people are able to buy more, which means the demand increases, and that is also what causes the housing market to rise like it is today. It's going to cause a lot of other areas to rise. My wife and I were making calls because we're looking at homes in Texas. They said that they had a 50-person wait list for this neighborhood that we're looking in, and they are waiting to sell this house to see who is willing to bid the highest. Talk about an increase in demand. That's why it's so hard to get a home right now, because of the increase in the demand. So we're seeing this inflation happen right now, and that eventually can lead into a depression, which is what happened if you look at Hoover when he was trying to rescue the economy back before the Great Depression, and they ended up pulling too much money. That led into an economic depression, because what happens is as inflation goes higher, you become poor because your dollar actually has less value. And that's why other currencies like cryptocurrency are becoming very popular. And that's why a lot of people are also trying to invest in real estate right now to move their money elsewhere, because the dollar is eventually going to be devalued with the amount of money we are borrowing. So how will this benefit your family right now in the short term? Well, this new stimulus package is going to help you go from, it's going to be an additional $1,400 per person in your family. But if you are a single that makes over $75,000, you will not qualify for this stimulus package. Now, if you're a couple, they give you up to $150,000 to qualify for this bill. So with that being said, the additional benefits that come with this is they are going to give you an extra $250 to $300 per child in your house, depending on their age, and they are going to move the child tax credit from $2,000 to $3,600. Okay, so that's going to also help if you have kids and you qualify for the tax credit. That's going to be a great assist there. Now, he's moving about $50 billion into improving the COVID testing centers. Okay, so they want to be able to create more staff, create more centers, create more systems around making sure that you can get the vaccines, and that's why $20 billion are going to go into the national vaccination campaign. Okay, they want to be able to administer more shots, and they're putting a lot of money behind campaigning, which basically means that they're going to be putting a lot of messaging and marketing and efforts to make sure that they get buy-in from the rest of the country to get vaccinated, because the belief or school of thought is that if there are more vaccinations that we get, then therefore things can open up. That then will open up the economy. That will then make people feel safer, which will increase confidence to be around others, and then we can get back to normal. But I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below if you agree that getting everybody vaccinated would produce that result. Okay, I would love to know your comments below on what you think about that. The other thing is they're going to move $170 billion to schools and universities to help them move forward to things like buying masks, getting better cleaning supplies, upgrading ventilation systems, and moving universities to smaller rooms so that there's not so many kids in a room or students in a room. What that's going to do is that's going to increase the education cost, because now you need more teachers, because if you have less students in a room, that multiplies the number of classes that need to be had, which increases the cost of staffing. So that's why there is such a big budget moving into the schooling system. They're also having a business bill through more SBA funding, $25 billion for restaurants and bars, which have been highly impacted during this time. I think that bill is a little bit late, if you ask me. We're almost a year in. People are already going back to restaurants, and people are used to outdoor dining, but they're barely getting funding right now. I don't know, maybe that can help cover some existing debt, bring their interest rates down from borrowed money. $15 billion are going towards airlines. Once again, a little late, but hey, that can help pay off some debt, and it's going to help rescue the airline industry. That was something that the Trump administration had promised a relief for, that he would not let the airlines go bankrupt. So this administration taking over is supporting the airline industry, which is needed. I was actually talking to a friend that lives out in Thailand, and he was saying that there is no relief here, like here in the U.S. for a lot of the people, and a lot of the airlines even went bankrupt because there wasn't that government assistance. And so if you are a U.S. citizen watching this, there's so much to be grateful for. The fact that they're saving our airlines and not a single one of our airliners have gone bankrupt during this time, that is an absolute miracle, because a lot of airliners around the world have gone bankrupt. All the staffing has been released, planes have been turned over, and there is less travel available in a lot of these other countries. And we've been able to maintain a healthy airline system, which has been good. $8 billion for airports, $30 billion for transit, $1.5 billion for Amtrak, and $3 billion for aerospace manufacturing. And then they're moving a lot of $350 billion for local governments. Okay, so that's a little kind of summary of where the budget is going. And so we have to once again just look at the fact that there is two sides of this coin. One, yes, we are very blessed, we're very fortunate to be able to have a government that bails us out of these situations, because a lot of countries in the world are not doing this for their people. Back to my friend I was talking to, he was also sharing with me that in Thailand, that literally the people are having to get together to just figure out how to eat, because they relied so heavily on tourism. And with all of the doors being shut to tourism, they lost a lot of revenue. And the only people that were getting help were not the poor. The only people that were getting help from the government were the elite. So I don't know, if they plan on coming up with more stimulus packages, in other countries, but not every country has the available resources that we do here in the US. So from that aspect, I'm grateful. On the other hand, we are borrowing a lot of money, and that is also why the stock market took a dip when the bond yields were going up, because it's only a matter of time before interest then causes massive inflation, which decreases the value of the dollar, which then puts us into economic recession. So what goes up must come down. That's pure economics. And so I'm interested to see how long this bubble is going to last before it pops. So with, as you guys, I'm really big into stocks and also investing. And so I will also be coming up with more videos. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be having this conversation, staying up to date on this inflation, where the economy is, and how it's going to impact you, especially if you're investing. So look forward to continuing to bring you more videos. If you have any opinions on today's topic, comment below. You can also subscribe to this channel as well. And as we go into more current events, and I look forward to being able to bring more of the latest updates as we move forward in this crazy time right now in the economy. So make sure you subscribe, leave your comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.